At just 18 years old, IShowSpeed bought a $10 million house. He's got more than 100 million followers across social media, a car collection, multiple big brand deals, and he's clearly deeply involved with Prime. Multiple articles claim his net worth to be just around $10 million, but I call cap on that. So let's sit back and investigate Speed's real net worth. Starting off with his assets, Speed's car collection includes the Lamborghini Urus valued at $170,000. As well as a Lamborghini Huracan with a custom Cristiano Ronaldo wrap paying tribute to Speed's idol. This car is custom made and owned by Speed, so it is expected to sell for at least $700,000 as a collector's item on the market. And let's not forget that Logan Paul has generously donated a Tesla Cybertruck to Speed, which is valued at $85,000. God bless Logan Paul, everyone. So just from his cars, that brings Speed's net worth to nearly $1.3 million. Moving on to his jewelry, Speed recently purchased a custom Cristiano Ronaldo chain performing his iconic celebration. The diamonds in the piece are worth around $100,000, but this can easily be sold as a collector's item for at least $150,000. Speed also receives an abundance of extravagant gifts. On a random Tuesday night at the club, a Korean fan decided to gift him an iced out chain valued at $13,000. Aiden Ross also bought him a limited edition CR7 watch priced at $150,000. Adding his jewelry together, that brings his net worth up to $1.5 million. Apart from his other talents, Speed is also a highly skilled investor. So let's take a look at his personal investments. What does he invest in, you ask? Real estate? Stocks? Crypto? Well, none of those. He invested $225,000 into a Roblox Shrek t-shirt, $125,000 into a Cristiano Ronaldo t-shirt, and as a cherry on top, a fedora hat for $150,000. His $500,000 Roblox investment portfolio brings his total net worth to $2 million. To run his streams, Speed built an insane gaming setup. He has two custom-built high-end gaming PCs valued at $11,000, two high refresh rate monitors for $800 each, and a custom-made gum desk worth $10,000. The total renovation costs of the streaming room cost around $80,000, including his mansion that appreciated to $11 million since he bought it 2 years ago. That brings his net worth up to $13 million. Speed doesn't monetize his social media accounts such as Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, which together have nearly 80 million followers. So we'll just classify them as assets, which are worth at least $25 million from my conservative calculations. For all you nerds out there, you can pause the video right now and go through it yourself. Anyways, that brings his total assets net worth to more than $38 million. Now let's move on to his income sources. Starting off with YouTube ad revenue. Speed has 4 YouTube channels with all of them together bringing in a total of 4.5 billion views per year. Yes, that's right, 4.5 billion. That's literally more than half of the world's population. The average gaming channel's RPM is around $2.5, so for every 1,000 views, he makes $2.5. That means that Speed makes more than $11 million per year purely from YouTube ad revenue. As Speed live streams nearly every day, he gets a shit ton of donations. He averages about 4 million views per stream, and the common conversion rate from views into donations for extremely large streamers is around 0.1%. And since the average donation is $7, that brings the gross donation revenue per stream to $28,000. Minusing YouTube's 30% cut, that's nearly $20,000 per stream. And since he streams every 3 days on average, that brings the total donation revenue to more than $2 million per year. Another source of revenue on YouTube is channel members. Based on his recent streams, Speed is currently averaging 13,000 channel members. There's 2 tiers of memberships, one for 99 cents and the higher one for 4.99 cents. Let's make an estimate that on average 70% of the members have the lower tier and 30% have the higher tier based on the perks that each of the membership gives. Adding that up, Speed makes more than $900 per month just from tier 1s and nearly $20,000 a month from tier 2s. So after YouTube's 30% cut, that's more than $200,000 per year. That means that excluding sponsor deals, Speed makes more than $14 million per year from YouTube. Let's add that up to the yearly revenue pot. Funnily enough, Speed has 700,000 monthly listeners on Spotify with a payout rate of 4 cents per stream, generating him nearly $3,000 per month. Including other platforms such as Apple Music and Deezer, brings his monthly music income to $6,000 a month and $72,000 a year. This is very impressive considering it's literally just a hobby for Speed. And let's not forget about merch. Speed sells t-shirts at $25 a piece. Based on other YouTubers' sales, around 5% of his active viewers buy merch. As he averages more than 4 million stream views, we can count those as active fans. And that brings his yearly merch revenue to $5 million. If we assume a typical merch sale profit margin of 40%, Speed generates $2 million from his merch sales. With all that added up, Speed makes more than $16 million per year. Because he's such a big figure, his fame is unlikely to fade in the next 10 years. He's flexible because he's not tied to a specific genre or game, like Ninja for example, who fell off after Fortnite died in popularity. If we assume that his peak will last for 5 years, he will earn more than $81 million in that time interval. And adding that to his assets brings him to a net worth of $119 million. And on top of this, there are very big brand partnerships that Speed is part of, such as his heavy involvement in the Prime energy drink. His earnings are not public, but we estimate an equity stake of at least $10 million given his massive influence. Together with Kai Cenat, he also had a big deal with Rumble where he made at least $3 million. That brings us to a grand total of $132 million. But this is nowhere near how much Speed's true potential is. So we're gonna propose some recommendations to get him up on that Forbes list. First things first, a 1v1 boxing match against Messi would be perfect, as they are in the same weight class. Jake Paul made approximately $40 million from winning the fight against Mike Tyson, and as Messi is such a big figure, Speed could make up to $80 million if he wins the fight, and up to $100 million for a knockout. The second proposal is a joint OnlyFans with Aiden Ross. Given their combined viewer base, they would together reach an audience of at least 50 million people. The average Instagram to OnlyFans conversion rate is between 1 and 5%. So if they can achieve only a 1% conversion rate, that's 500,000 subscribers per month. An average OnlyFans creator charges $15 per subscriber, so that's $7.5 million a month. Most OnlyFans creators peak for 1 to 2 years, but given their massive influence, they could do this for at least 2 years. In those 2 years, their total revenue would be $180 million. Speed's cut would be half, and OnlyFans takes 20%, leaving him with $72 million. This would bring Speed's total net worth to $304 million. Speed, if you're watching this, grab a pen and take some notes. Drop a like for more videos like this and comment whose net worth we should investigate next.